It was a total team effort, and you look at us offensively, we were able to take the ball on our first four possessions. We scored with 3 touchdowns, and it's just amazing to watch how we just clicked today on offense. Teddy Bridgewater having an unbelievable day, having 2 running backs to rush the ball for over 100 yards. And I told our team, I said, I have to give credit to our offensive line because they did a great job of blocking up front. And they don't get any credit, but you look at Jeremy Wright and you look at Sonoris Perry, 2 different backs, 2 different styles, but we're able to get 100 yards. And then Teddy having a completion record. I think Rocco said it was a school record the way he threw that ball today. But just offensively, just watching our offense, I didn't know that we would come out today and just perform as well as we did, because a lot of times you just don't know with the first game and just don't know just how well they're going to just play together and just stay in sync. And we were able to stay in sync, and we were able to just move the ball up and down the field. Defensively, I said to our defense that first half you gave up 7 points, but we just never felt like we had control of the game on defense. They were able to take the ball and just march it up and down the field. Wasn't able to get the pressure, but if you look at Kentucky where they were smart, they were able to come with a 3-step game, get the ball out of the quarterback's hand quickly. We came with pressure, but we just didn't get the pressure. Weren't able to win the one-on-one battles when we did rush the passer, but we were able to keep them under 100 yards rushing. And he's always come back to just running a football, and that's what we're able to do today. If you can run that football, you have a chance to go win a lot of football games. Special team-wise, it was good to see Wallace step up and hit a field goal, and then watch the punter, the young punter, and Appleby go and punt the ball. But we just noticed we still have a ways to go. It's good to get that first game out of the way. We can sit down tomorrow and go through the corrections and make sure that when our next game comes, that we're able to make sure that we don't make those same mistakes again.
Charlie, what's the keep that trophy in the trophy case, to keep that Governor's Cup here?
Well, anytime you play a rival game, you want to make sure that you go win the football game. That's what our whole focus was, is go win the football game. And not only that game, we want to go win them all if we possibly can. But each day we know this is going to be one by one, and just to go and win that game is big for us.
Charlie, what was your thinking in lifting Bridgewater after, in the third point?
Well, I say this. A year ago at this time, Stein was the starter, and Stein deserves to play. He works at it right now. So, when we got up there, I said, hey, I want to put Stein in the game, and I want him to go and direct the offense. But Teddy was not injured. I just wanted Stein to play.
Charlie, a decisive win over an SEC team. What does it say about you guys where they are right now?
Well, I would still say this. It's just looking at our football team. We still have a ways, and we still need to improve. But going to beat a Southeastern Conference opponent, because you're in the Big East and you don't really get the credit a lot of times. But just to watch a Big East team go and beat a Southeastern Conference team, it speaks volumes.
Charlie, what's the feeling? You talked about clicking on offense the way that you did. If Kentucky scores, the drive that they fumbled is 32-21. Would you have put Teddy back in? Was the feeling that offense was going so well with Teddy that almost like, you could put him in at will and he would be able to produce?
No, once I took Teddy out, I was going to leave Stein in the game. But, we were able to go down and get the ball. They turned the ball over, so I guess I'd never be able to find that out on that 35-21. But I wasn't. I was going to leave Stein there because he deserves to play.
Charlie, last week you talked about special teams. Just talk about how they did perform besides Coach Carter's penalty.
Besides Carter getting that 15-yarder. If you watch, when Wallace kicked off the first 2 times, we were able to kick the ball out of the end zone. And then the start of the second half, they ended up getting the onside kick. And we just said to them, hey, be ready for an onside kick. And I told, I think it was T. Floyd, he kicked it. I said, next time it happens, just go run right through the guy and try to make the ball pop up. And then they tried to run the fake, and McGriff was able to get the guy on the ground. But it just overall, I thought our special teams performed pretty well. And you look at the kicker, we had one chance to make a field goal, and Wallace stepped up there and banged it. Then we were able to get the 2-point conversion, and it was something we've been working on because Stein's a quarterback. And if you look at outside, because we always tease Marcus Smith, he's a big body, very athletic, has very soft hands, and we were going to throw the fade to him or throw the slant where he was able to get inside and catch the slant.
Will you operate with the running back, Charlie, the same way? You had Wright and Perry, and they're both back there. Is that what your plan is now, or what?
Well, we went into the game, we was going to start Jeremy, and Sonoris was going to play a lot, and what you did, and you need 2 running backs. If you watch the way we ran the football today, they're going to get worn down. Even at the end, I told him to put Jeremy back in because I thought Sonoris was getting tired because we didn't have 10 today. So I said, hey, just keep running those backs and let's just pound them, just pound. That's the way you're going to win football games. You got to be able to move people and run the football.
Some thoughts about Teddy, how he played, and how he's maybe progressed from a year ago.
It was just, you watch him in a pocket, and he has such pocket presence and so poised and can release the football and just find the open receivers. Even the one where they got the pressure and they tipped the ball, Eli or Rogers was running down the field wide open and he saw him late and Jerry just if he throws it to him, it's a score there. But just one thing about Ted is he studies the game, so he's able to get us in the right checks and make the throws.
Has he progressed further than you thought he would maybe at this point, or is he about on schedule?
Oh, he has. I think because a year ago, I don't know if he really was locked in to just really wanting to be. He wanted to be the quarterback, but it's almost he didn't want to study the game to go be the quarterback. So now it's just a totally different ball game, and he studies and he's into it, and he's telling receivers, where to line up, and hey. Like one throw today, he missed to Andrell, and I think he said to him, "Hey, Andrell, you didn't run the right route. I was coming to you right away." But he had to throw the ball backside to like Radcliffe. I think it's one of the catches that Radcliffe made. But you can see him on the field telling him, "Hey, run the right route." But he's so locked in, and so when he's locked in, all the receivers are locked in, and you just watch how he spreaded the ball around today. He's not like he's looking for one guy. Nord caught some passes. Our tight end kept making some throws, some catches there. But he was able, I think a couple of guys, 4 catches, then he had some 3s and some 2s, but just moving the ball around.
Will you talk about Maxwell Smith and how well they ran that no huddle?
Did a really good job, and a lot of times when you have a young quarterback, even like when we line up in no huddle, it puts pressure on the defense because because the offense always has an advantage because they know what the play is. So defensively, you have to line up, and if you bring pressure, get the ball out of his hands. And where they were very effective, if you watch when he picked up his foot, we were coming with pressure, then boom, they were able to change the play, so they're able to redirect it from where the pressure's coming from. And that's where they really did a good job.
Were you surprised? You were surprised they came out in that?
No, I wasn't surprised because it's kind of who they are with the quarterback that they have, because that's how effective they'll be all season long. Because he does a really good job, and he did a good job today.
Charlie, what did that 99-yard drive do to kind of set the tone? At the beginning of the game, that's not where you want to start, but when you go down and score out of that position.
Oh, it did set the tone for the game because if you look at it, they punted the ball down there, and then there was a big third down play where Teddy throws the ball to Copeland down the boundary, and Cope makes a big time catch there. But then we were able to just keep it on track. Once we got that first down, because you were thinking, okay, we're going to have to punt the ball, so it's going to be a change of field position. So more than likely, they're going to end up playing on our side of the field, so we don't convert this third down. And now all of a sudden you convert a big third down, and a lot of times on defense, if you watch, when you convert those big third downs, defense kind of just sinks a little. And then we're able to just keep moving the ball, and then we were able to convert. Then Teddy really got hot and was making a throw or two, and we were able to run the ball and then go score.
Charlie just talked about the kind of contrasting styles of Wright and Perry, like you mentioned, and also what's Dominic Brown's status right now?
Dominic Brown, he'll be back next week. I think that his status was, if we needed him, he would have played. But if you watch the two styles, Sonoris is very fast, and Sonoris is one of those guys that's always looking to get the ball outside. So if he ever gets outside, what you saw today, he can outrun people. Whereas Jeremy's a back that runs behind his pads. He's a guy that can work between the tackles. Sonoris is better outside the tackles, but Jeremy's a guy that can pound you, and then he has enough speed where he can't outrun you, but he can run fast enough to get away from you.
You had 2 100-yard rushers, and you had a quarterback that had literally no pressure all day. Got to say something about the offensive line.
Oh, I did, and that's where all the credit goes. I think our offensive line, because you look at Mario, you look at the Cupper, there's 2 seniors right there, and then you look at the young guys with Miller, Smith, and Jamon Brown, and then we were able to play Mack a little in there. So it was great to see our offensive line just come off the ball, protect the quarterback, and block people. Because if you look at it, their strength was their defensive front. So we talked about the whole week. Hey, if we can block those guys up front, then we have a chance to move the ball.
All right.
Okay, guys, thanks.
Move on to the next room.